With good news for today from Baptist Press, I'm Brandon Porter. Russia's repeated attacks on Ukraine's energy grid have plunged roughly 10 million Ukrainians into darkness and cold as the winter months have closed in. Donations through Send Relief, the Southern Baptist Compassion Ministry, are providing churches across Ukraine and Eastern Europe with food, generators, and resources to house refugees during this critical season of ministry. Send Relief partners have already provided churches in Ukraine with generators so they can offer heat and housing for the more than 6.5 million internally displaced persons in the country. Through partnerships with churches and Baptist unions all over Europe, Send Relief continues to meet dire hunger needs for displaced Ukrainians. One such initiative is feeding 3,300 Ukrainians every week for the next 6 months through food packages sent by Polish national partners and distributed by Ukrainian churches to their local communities. You can learn more at sendrelief.org. The college at Southeastern's North Carolina Field Minister program held its second annual commencement ceremony in December. They were celebrating the academic achievement and graduation of 13 students at the Nash County Extension Center. Joe Gibbs, the former coach of the Washington football team and the owner of Joe Gibbs Racing, was the keynote speaker. Todd Ishii, the commissioner of the North Carolina Department of Adult Correction, challenged graduates to reflect on their unique opportunity and responsibility as field ministers, encouraging them to make the North Carolina prison system a place of transformation.
Good News for Today is made possible through our friends at the Voice of the Martyrs, a nonprofit organization that serves persecuted Christians around the world. Founded in 1967 by Richard and Sabina Wurmbrand, VOM is dedicated to inspiring believers to deepen their commitment to Christ and to fulfill His Great Commission, no matter the cost. Find out more and sign up for their free monthly magazine at vom.org/good news.
Richard Land, the longtime former president of the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission, worked for decades to promote life. He worked in Washington, D.C. and with local churches across the country to push back against abortion and Roe v. Wade. In a first-person piece on Baptist Press, Land says there are some specific things the pro-life community must be known for in a post-Roe world. He said believers must be known to stand with God as a God of righteousness, but also with God as a God of forgiveness. He says the believer's public witness must be a call for the condemnation of sin with a catch in their throat, much like Jeremiah, who felt great compassion for people. You can read the full piece at our website, baptistpress.com. Thanks for listening to Good News for Today.